Well, I found when I went from teaching a large class to a mega class, I really had to change my strategy for office hours. And then after the fact, I actually found out that even in my large class, it worked better to change this, to this other strategy for it. I find students are sometimes intimidated. We have a lot of students who are first generation students who are going to university. They don't understand what office hours particularly means. Okay, and they are almost sometimes embarrassed to come to your office because, of course, you look like you're doing something important. We are doing something important. They're intimidated to do that, and I found they were coming in groups, right? And it gets kind of crowded, and there's not enough room for the interactions that we have. So I found that it was important to change the venue. So luckily, I found there are rooms available for booking in our library. Occasionally I've also had them in empty classrooms. There are a few of those around, or empty labs. So I have a space that would maybe hold 24 students in it, and I have blackboards in that space, and that's where I hold my office hours. And students are allowed to ask a question, right, or two, if they're really short questions, but then we move on to the next student who has these questions. So students have to, start thinking about what's my most important question. They have to start prioritizing and thinking what's the most important, because there might be 10 or 15 students there, and then a student asks, a question, and then they're getting back into the queue essentially, and I'm confident they know the answer to their question. First of all, some of the students had the same question, so now they're gathering in and they're all listening to that question, and it's amazing how soon they start chiming in with, I tried that approach, that didn't work, da, 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 da. So they're doing that, and they get back in the queue, and then maybe the next student wasn't paying attention, comes in with the same question. I'll say, I'm willing, you can come back here immediately, but ask that student. I think they really have nailed it. And they may go and get the help, and then, I can see when they're leaving, I say, are you satisfied with that answer, or do you want to come and ask me again, So they'll sometimes do that. So they start helping each other. They start, it really builds a community.